What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be working on the hood. So you guys can see I have a little bit more space here, so I took out the car. Now depending on how the day goes, I may just end the episode after finishing this, or I can get into something else. It just really depends on how fast I can get this done. Now the cleanup is going to be around this exhaust exit right here. So you guys can see it's a little bit off. Also, I'll be mounting the hood pins or the hood latch. So let's cleaning up this inside part right here because it's a pretty big mess. So here it is after cleanup. Things are looking good. This thing kind of looks weird because I kind of want to leave this brace right here. I want to leave this right here just in case it collapses in and I want something to hold it back. So that's my kind of support for the hood latch. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this hood latch back on. Alright, so I got everything tightened up. It's on there pretty good. But the problem is I couldn't get this one right here. It's really close in the back. So there's no room for the nut to go on the other side. So I'm just gonna leave that open. That means also this other side I don't have one. But I mean, it is what it is for now. Yeah. So gonna go ahead and actually I'm kinda thinking of painting this thing. Well, yeah, I kind of really want to hide this middle part, so maybe I will paint it. Alright, so I'll put it right back. Let's see. Looks cool. Look at that. Now this thing is a little bit off right here, but it's pretty close. Alright, so I got the hood mounted and gonna work on the interior here because we have a mess of stuff here, all this wires and whatnot. Did get my gauge cluster mounted back up, so that's cool and that's working now. So just to give you guys an overview, battery voltage works, DITO works, gas gauge works, tach works. The only two that doesn't work on this gauge is the temperature as well as the oil temperature. So coolant temperature and oil temperature. Now I could get that working. I could also get the oil pressure working, but at the same time, as you guys can see, it doesn't really have any sort of numbers, so I don't really want to bother with that. Now as far as oil temperature, I could probably get that to work as well, but at the same time, again, kind of useless information right now. So that completes that cluster. What I'm kind of thinking though in the future is I'll probably go ahead and drill this out and actually put a shift light in there. So that's why I'm not concerned about that at all, and I'm just gonna leave that not working or put something else in that corner. Don't know just what exactly yet. Alright, I have you guys switching the GoPro here just because there's a lot of stuff that I gotta move around and I'm gonna have a hard time with the camera, holding the camera, moving it around and trying to get this done. So hopefully when this comes out, when I check it out, it's, you know, clear and bright and somewhat useful. Alright, so let's get started. So all this wire's gotta go. Gotta figure out what to do with them first. So let's go ahead and figure out what's what. Alright, first thing I gotta do, I was kind of thinking of, is gonna go ahead and take off my wideband. So right now I have the wideband connected to HP Tuner so I could data log it, and I want to be able to put that back later without having to try to figure out what wire goes to what. So I'm just gonna keep these two wires together like so and like that. Just gonna cut it right here. Alright, and then I'll connect that back up once we got the routing figured out. It is what it is sometimes. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take off the wideband all the, or sorry, HP Tuner all the way. this is a lot of wires, but it's actually, or it looks like it's a lot of wires, but it's actually not. So take that off and put it on the side for now. We'll get back to the wideband later. And this thing got pulled. Darn it. Hopefully it left something in there. Okay, so that goes right there. Okay, OBD2 stuff. This I'm for sure gonna need. Right, so we have, well, this apparently we don't need. This wire goes like that. So you have the OBD ground, diagnostic negative, and that's actually good. Okay, so this line right here I'm gonna need for sure, and I'm gonna route that to the glove box because that's where I want the HP tuner plug to be. There's no point of keeping the OBD2 on this side when I'm gonna have to put the HP tuner all the way over here anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep it on that side. I'm just gonna cut that out. And we're back to this wire. Just kind of separate what we need to keep one way and then separate everything else out of the way. Okay. All right, so right off the bat, these are the only wires that should be crossing across the dash. I'm gonna be putting it in the bottom so it won't be in the way like this. So that's good. Now everything else can go on the left side. So apparently this is my ground and power. I don't know how I figured that out, but apparently that's what I was thinking of using. Let me see. From an HP tuner standpoint, it looks like I'm gonna need to send 2 more across, so technically 2 more. So I'm gonna need 5 wires that's gonna cross over. So let's do the OBD2 port here. This is the factory GM1. Yeah, okay. Now typically in this case right here, what you'd probably want to do is get like the crimp and kind of just directly put it on there, but I don't have that, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna solder it together. I always try to label everything like this. Ever since I discovered this little labeling machine, I always try to label everything that way. I know where it's gonna be or what's supposed to be when, you know, it's time to take it apart again, because you know that's gonna happen. So the label maker I'm using is a Brother P-Touch. I'll put a link in the description for you guys who are interested. Essentially, it just makes label like these, and it's waterproof, and it's kind of nice. Instead of having to handwrite something, those tend to fade. These won't. And I know these things write really well because we actually use this at work. This is how I found out about this unit. We use them on our hard hats, and our hard hats get sanitized daily, like multiple times. And the names on there, because we put our name using these label maker, the names on there doesn't fade, so I know it's pretty good. All right, right off the bat, I'm gonna go ahead and separate it like this, because what I want to do, I won't use it this far, but go ahead and cut that. So I want to put a sleeve in here, just to kind of separate it right off the bat, like that. So this much. I'm gonna go ahead and get the connector for the wideband. I think these are kind of, oh, this might work. Alright, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna keep it separate so I don't confuse it. I'm gonna keep one this way, like that. So I know it's a wideband. The positive, well, it doesn't really matter, I guess. It matters once I go the other way, I guess. Alright, hopefully you guys can see what's going on. If not, I'm sorry. I probably won't include it if you guys can. Alright, so technically I don't need to have the boost gauge line go inside the car. I could just leave it outside. But at this point, I prefer to have less wires in the engine bay. So I'm gonna route everything inside here and then just run more wires inside, or run this line outside. Ow, I cut myself. Which means through here. Oh boy, this might be a problem. Alright, so here's how it's looking so far. It looks like a big mess. I still need to route a bunch of wires, but I got majority of it hooked up. So you guys can see I have the gauge mounted, and check this out. So I'm really digging the matching look, and I especially like that I can actually keep that one, which is neat. Alright, so that is pretty much it. It's already nighttime, so I want to say thank you guys for watching, and I'll get this uploaded to you guys as soon as possible, and I'll see you guys next time.